let's face it, it's almost like poverty, right? It's the opposite of poverty. If you grow up in poverty, you don't know anything different. And it takes someone to break that cycle to get out of poverty sometimes, right? Because we don't know what we don't know.
Interesting.
But homeownership, if you don't know that this is really a thing, can be a real hurdle for people to jump, right? Yeah. Not everybody grows up with the idea that they can be a homeowner. And sometimes they actually get smacked. You know, different families, right?
I really appreciate you bringing that up, because I think one of the I just, as someone representing the culture group I'm representing today, I think that's, in my opinion, and what I've seen a lot is there's a common misconception, because actually in Mexico, at least in my context, everyone's a homeowner. It's different, though, as far as market and all of that goes, because a lot of the homes are passed down. You know, we by nature are homeowners. And I think it's important to speak to my community now, is that we have that in us. Homeownership is a part of who we are. And it's very interesting sometimes when I think, to your point, when you transferred to this country, we see it as an impossibility, as something that is not for us, when it's definitely in our culture 100%. And I've tested that, not just in Mexico, Colombia and El Peru and many other countries. It's theirs, and it's something that's very us.
So do you think that comes from the root of the Spanish, or do you think that comes from, we're going way off topic, but, you know,
that's awesome.
But you know, because again, people lump Hispanic community into one, right? Not everybody's from Mexico.
Come on.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's a lot of Hispanics, and you can go all the way. I mean, my mom's side is Portuguese, right? So that's just as Spanish as anything else.
Sure,
right?
Sure.
So I mean, there's a widespread, but culturally, you know, and thank you for that, because I didn't realize that. You don't think about things, you know, because in you know, in America, let's say, kids are selling that house before they ever give it to their kids.
There you go.
Yeah, right. I mean, they're you know, they're taking the money and running. Right, and they're going to go do retirement or whatever else. So, you know, it's not something on the forefront of a lot of Americans, right, as a group, to say we're going to pass this house down and make this the legacy home. But you know, the super rich do. Yeah. Right. They figure out a way to figure that out.
Yeah.
So no, homeownership takes on different ways, and I think you just hit on something that's across everybody. Everybody needs to understand, with the right coaching and the right team, you can be a homeowner. And this, especially here, we've got programs, we've got everything. And again, back to you, right? A couple of our clients that we've shared, it's coaching.
Yeah, it's staying and walking alongside. Yeah. I mean, it's walking alongside. It's going on that journey. I think in a lot of the messaging that we do out in the community, we say we're not the fastest team. I always want to make sure I say that. So here's another word in Spanish. We say lento pero seguro, slow but for sure, in the sense that you'll get a house. Might be in 6 months, 9 months, might be in years. You're going to get it. And we're willing to walk alongside with you, as long as you're willing to put in the work for that. And so we do partner up with the people that want to work with us, because we have people like you who are willing to give that knowledge and the roadmap on how to get that done. So I appreciate that.
And I think that's key, right? It's coaching. You and I both talked about coaching a lot and helping people get there. So, like, I don't know if you realize this or not, but Rick and Patty Arvielo are our owners. Yeah. So they're Latino. Yeah. Their focus is the underserved of our communities across the nation. And Rick actually, I think, coined the phrase Hispanial. We'll get back to that group, the Hispanic millennials. Right. But they're just a huge part of the group coming through, and they're just starved for knowledge, right, and coaching, and how do we get there, and they can't find everything on Google, right? And so it really is interesting, and one of the things that I really appreciate about Rick and Patty is our internal community represents the external community across the nation. Right. So that's why it makes it easy to be able to be in a community of the South or the Northwest or the Northeast or California or Texas or wherever, because literally our offices are representative of our communities. And so it's great to have that kind of leadership, and the fact that they're husband and wife, they're very nimble, right? So we can do a lot of things differently. So we talked about the stats already, which kind of stole my thunder. Yeah. But I'm glad we got that out of the way, because, you know, again, understanding that this is just a huge group that is hungry for what you and your team offer.